How's it going, guys? Welcome to the FM Dugout. We are back today with the British Steel Challenge and Stirling Albion in the Scottish League One. And, well, my plans came a little bit unstuck as I was hoping to do the Livingston game here, which would have secured us the title. However, when we beat Albion Rovers that weekend, Livingston lost as well. So if I take a look at the fixtures and results, we go back a few weeks, you can see here we managed to win that day, and Livingston, sorry, they didn't get beaten, they drew. We were 13 points clear with 4 games left after that, and that meant that we were champions. So rather than doing the Livingston game, I felt it was better at this stage, with 1 game to go, do a live comm here against Peterhead in the last game of the season, then do a kind of season review and the plans for the future. There have been no transfer ins or outs arranged. There is a lot of interest in our players at the moment. In particular, Craig Adams has really stepped up his game since he's got himself into the team. Dylan Easton is out injured, now wanted by Hamilton and Kilmarnock. He scored 10 goals in 19 games for us, 7.32 average rating, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, looking at his skills, you know, he's not the finished article by any means. Very, very good physicals. Really happy with how that's going. His strength is now increasing as well. And some of the kind of key ones for his role as an advanced playmaker, improving vision, composure, both going up, first touch as well. So he is improving. He is contracted until 2020. He's only worth 11k at the moment. But given the fact our finances are in a pretty decent position, 179 overall, I think that we are in the sort of position where we can turn down bids, maybe. I don't know. I'm a little bit disappointed by the way the board see my role at the moment. Club philosophies is maximum because I'm signing youngsters for the first team. Club finance is 93%. Transfers they're not that happy with, but I think I've done well on that front, considering Liam Coogans has scored 33 goals this season and was brought in for nothing. Competitions likewise managed to get to the 4th round of the Scottish Cup, which was a round further than they'd expected. Won the league, which was more than they'd expected, so it was a bit strange. But things are going pretty well. I mean, this sort of thing here, the board feel the decision to sign Dylan Easton was a poor one. I would say he's done pretty well. 10 assists in 39 games, 9 goals, 7.22 average rating. Yeah, okay, I spent money, 40k on him because I didn't realise the compensation was that big. But nevertheless, I think he's been a good player. You can see we're still top of goal scorers, top with goals conceded, top of yellow cards, and 3rd highest in red cards. So nearly a clean sweep there. We are quite a rough team, so 73 yellow cards is pretty high, averaging at about 2 yellow cards a game. So yeah, I'll get on into today's game first, and then we can take a more closer look at the team. Carlo Monti is injured today, so we'll look to the bench. Who can we put on it? Looking for a like-for-like replacement in terms of that position, but there isn't really anyone there. So I think I'll go with Sean Dixon, I think. Actually, maybe Darren Waddle. I don't know if I've shown Darren Waddle. He's the most promising youngster to have come through. 4.5 potential ability. Really lacking in the physicals, but he's got the mentals there, and a little bit of the technique passing pretty decent. He is a central midfielder. We seem to be producing a decent amount of central midfielders. We had James Lametti, we got Craig Adams, and now Darren Waddle as well. I'm in two minds as to whether to kind of try to play him, in this kind of position. If he was maybe, sort of accomplished or something, I might try it, but I don't know, 16 years old, there's a chance to retrain anyway, but I'll maybe see if I can give him a little bit of game time today. But this is our starting lineup. They have been performing fairly well, although Liam Cougans is not firing in all cylinders at the moment. He hasn't scored for a number of games. Peterhead have sometimes given us a bit of problem. Actually, before I go into the game, I just realised I hadn't really gone through the scores. I'm so used to just not doing it because I'd done these episodes with all the goals, but it's taken quite a long time to do that. And I figured it was better just to get to the end of the season and get to the next season and keep the series moving on. So the last time we'd played Ayr, it was a 1-0 defeat, followed up with 2 1-all draws in the league. I'll just put this here so you can see the quick summary. Liam Cougans getting a goal, losing a late goal to Peterhead. East Fife, similar kind of scenario, again just really not firing in all cylinders that day. Then at home to Airdrie, really got back to form there with a 4-1 win, 4-0 up at half time. In fact, we were 3-0 up within the first 20 minutes, so it was a really quick start to the game. Then another 4-1 win away to Brecon, Jamie Lindsay getting a double, Cougans and McManus also on the score sheet. Stranraer 2-0. Probably would have been a lot more narrower. We got a late own goal to kind of cushion the lead. Albion Rovers again a narrow 2-1 win. So this is the day we won the title, and that was quite a nervy day. We dominated the first half, then Rovers changed to a 4-3-3, and that gave us problems. They managed to score, and that put us under a fair amount of pressure. Then Livingston, which would have been the title decider, a 4-2 win away from home there. 3 kind of late goals there, pulling it back from 2-1 down to win the game. Really pleased that we managed to do that. Craig Adams, 2 goals in that game. Then Morton, a 3-all draw, which was pretty insane, to be honest. We were by far the better team in that day, but Thomas Orr for Morton was doing rather well. Actually, not a bad player. Then 4-3, conceded a lot of goals. I was really disappointed with this game. Again, we were the better side. As you can see, David Craddock on a 5.7, really letting the team down. But the defence didn't play particularly well. The midfield did have a good game, and again, Craig Adams with another double. So anyway, that takes us up to today's match, and it's, looking back over the season, it's obviously been a success. I didn't really expect to win the league, so to have come out with the second league title out of the 35 competitions in the challenge, I'm pretty happy. Obviously, I'm looking at it thinking there are going to be seasons where I don't win things, so I'm going to have seasons where I manage to win more than one competition. Otherwise, this is going to go beyond probably the expiration date of my manager. So anyway, Peterhead today, 4-5-1 as they usually line up with. We want to close down the central mid and also put a bit of pressure on the goalkeeper as well. Since it's the last day of the season, got nothing to say for the fans. I'll just say that we're favourites. Tell them we've got faith, blah blah blah. Carry on. Skip the usual. So, having a look at the jobs that are available at the moment, only Wigan is available, and certainly I'm not going to be considered for that job. I think the reputation is just too high. My reputation is just hovering under the 1-star mark. Wigan are 2.5. It's unlikely I would get that job. I'm thinking it's going to be someone in League 2 or Conference in England, or potentially someone in Wales, Ireland or Northern Ireland. But in those roles, it really does depend on just having the right jobs available. There's not a great deal of manager movement. It's usually only when managers get sacked that you get the chance, and if they get sacked, then that means the team isn't the greatest. So we'll have to see. At the moment, it looks as though I'll be trying to have a go at the Championship next year. Stirling, as Bruce Anderson scores an absolute cracker from outside the box. 8th goal of the season for Anderson, nearly hitting the double figure mark for the season. Lindsay to Jeffries, some nice little short passing, one touch from Anderson on the turn, fires it home into the corner. Super goal, really, really good. And that's a great start for us. 5 minutes in and we're 1-0 up. But there's not much, I think, more that I can do at Stirling. I can possibly win the Challenge Cup next season. The League Cup, I can't see me winning the League Cup or the Scottish Cup when we're up against Premiership opposition. Championship, I think we'll just have to see how it goes. We're not going to win it in the first season. There's no way that's going to happen when we don't have the finances to get the players required, as Cohen fires a shot in straight at the goalkeeper. So yeah, I'm happy with the squad at the moment, but the step up is going to be quite large. Peterhead with a corner here, headed away by Lindsay. Not Lindsay, I think it was Jeffries, was it? Lindsay now picks it up, plays a rather strange ball to Coogan's, drifts wide. Adams now breaking forward, plays it into Petrie. First time effort, that would have been probably goal of the season from him if that had gone into the top corner. Really breaking with purpose, intent and intensity there, as Peterhead now with a chance in the box. McManus clears, and we haven't left Coogan's up the park. Peterhead will try to get another attack from here. Brown playing it forward, Gordon, Jeffries, Adams now to Coogan's. Anderson, can he get a second of the day? He feeds it through to Coogan's, who balloons it over the bar. Deary dear, that was a bad miss from Coogan's, and he's not going to add to his 33 goal haul by doing that sort of finish, as Peterhead equalise from a corner. Surprise, surprise. That still seems to be my weak area. Let's see who wasn't picking up Rumsby there. It's going to be difficult to see from here. Brown playing it in, and it looks as though number 5, it's Liam Gordon, not really following his man and attacking the ball. So disappointing to go in at half time at 1-1. Again, the game doesn't really matter a great deal. Not particularly happy with Coogan's, and he's not really. Nope, he didn't actually respond because I didn't say anything. Right, looking fired up. That's what we want to see. Captain Petrie not happy. No response. That kind of says it all. I'm not sure who has been relegated from the Premiership, or who has actually gone up in the Championship. We'll take a look at that after the game, but obviously that will give us some kind of indicator as to the shape of the Championship next season. I think if one of the Championship jobs became available, a team who had maybe a bit more resources or better players there to begin with, especially one that maybe came down from the Premier League, I may well look at applying for that kind of job. But we'll see. Coogan's now, my goodness, he has got to come off. Really having a poor run of form at the moment. Aaron Duke will come on. Jamie Lindsay looking complacent. Normally I wouldn't take him off, but I do want to see how Darren Model fares, giving him a little run out today, and we'll leave it at that at the moment, since it's on a knife edge at the moment, this game. I would like to win, and I certainly don't want to have a position where a player gets injured and I made 3 substitutions and I have nothing left. Right, we'll go overload. Why not? Maybe not passionate. Yeah, assertive, push forward. Let's go for it. Why not? We'll see if we can grab a goal in the last game of the season. Drawing would be a big disappointment. Waddle nearly managing to get a goal on his debut appearance, which wouldn't be the first that I've had. I think Lametti did it. I'm not sure if Adams did. And we approach the last 10 minutes now. Throw here for us. Petrie to Anderson. Cuts it back. Duke nearly squeezing in at the near post. Cuts it back. And Waddle does score. Fantastic. So the future of Stirling Albion's central midfield, potentially, if the board don't decide to cash in getting a goal there. Duke with the first shot, and I don't know what if he was trying to pick out Waddle. If he was, it was a fantastic ball and a cool and composed finish from the youngster there to put us back in the lead as he takes the ball now inside the box, tries to cut it back to Adams. Adams picks it up and has got to look surely for Petrie on the left wing there if he's there. Back to Adams, Anderson, Jeffries feeds it through to Duke, and disappointing finish from Duke there. I think Duke is probably finished at the club in terms of challenging for a first team place. I think Coogan's may even find himself under pressure next season. As I say, the step up is going to be quite dramatic as we approach the final minutes of this game and this season. And surely this will be the full-time whistle. Nice to end the season on a win. We did deserve it, had more possession, far more shots at goal, and as I say, absolutely delighted that Darren Morrow came off the bench and got a goal on his debut. So, lovely jubbly. So let's have a look at the league standings at the end of the season there. Plus 39 goal difference, 74 points, 22 wins out of 36 games. Absolutely thrilled with that. Really fantastic performance. And we go up a division. In terms of the player stats, Liam Coogans didn't manage to get top league goal scorer. Went to Craig Malcolm. And interestingly, Josh Peters, if you remember last season, who we had on loan, finished third with 20 goals. Average rating, both Anderson and Coogans in the top three. Anderson sitting third in the assists. And Petrie second in yellow cards with 14. So yeah, not too bad at all. I'm wondering what we have in terms of the divisions above. So we've got Hibs as champions and Wraith, Falkirk, Hamilton in the playoff, with Ayr going down and Dunfermline in the playoffs. So what does that mean from the Premier League? Right, Partick Thistle are going down. So if the Partick Thistle job became available, I would be applying for it. If Cali Thistle or Kilmarnock go down and that job becomes available, I would probably apply for it. If Hamilton became available, I would probably apply for that as well. Maybe even Falkirk and Wraith, I'm not sure. These are bigger jobs, and I've got to be realistic about my chances next year with this squad. Without really being able to shape the team, I'm looking at buying youngsters on free transfers, and the only way you can do that at a club like Stirling is if the club decide to release them, because if they offer them a contract, you have to pay compensation. And as far as our finances are concerned, 277,000 now, but if you look at our transfer budget, 113,000 isn't astronomical, and if you look at Dylan Easton, that was 40k we had to fork out for him. So anyway, that is the season as far as our standings and so on are concerned. If we take a quick look at our squad, trying to think of the best way to actually sort this. I think average rating is probably the best. We can look at the kind of best players and see values and so on. Craig Adams topping that. 6 goals in 11 games. This is, I think, looking at the league, or is it looking across all? It must be looking across all, surely. Right, that's what happened. It included his under 20, so he actually scored 6 and 10 for the top team. 3 assists, 1 man of the match. It's fantastic from Craig Adams, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do if I'm here next season. Liam Coogans, probably not far off his maximum potential. Done very well. Bruce Anderson, if we can hold on to him, be happy. Need to see a bit of improvement in some of his technical abilities, certainly physical and mental. Look like they're improving. Darren Waddle obviously coming through and getting a goal in his debut. He must be absolutely thrilled with that. 16 years old, there's plenty of time to develop. Conor McManus, who came in the January window right at the end. Again, probably not far off his maximum potential according to our scout reports anyway. 3 goals, 12 games, 7.29. Got to be pleased with that from midfield. Stephen Welsh, 12 games for us on loan from Celtic. I think it says a lot for Gordon and Lang that they actually managed to keep him out. A few dodgy performances from all three throughout the season here and there. Jamie Lindsay, 7 goals in 23 games is a fantastic return for Lindsay. I think he has been a really good signing as well. Yeah, that's what makes a difference with these small teams. It's been able to get players that make a difference for a small amount of money. And then we kind of get a bit lower down there. There's a lot of players still wanted at the moment. Liam Hegarty, Jack McMillan, Chris Smith will be leaving us. In fact, that's probably the next thing to look at is who's leaving this summer. So we have Chris Smith will be going, Ross Smith, Craig Murray, Blair Henderson, Ross McGeechy, Scott Davidson, Scott Ferguson, and obviously Stephen Walsh. So I will be letting all of those players leave. I will be looking to move on Carlo Monti in the summer. Ross Meldrum is moving to East Kilbride for 5k. I don't think Michael McMullen is going to be good enough at left back. When he has played, he has been pretty dire. His technical skills have not gone up much, and he's 21 now, so I think Michael McMullen may well be moving on. Sean Dixon and Brian Hodge, I think, will probably move on. We'll have to strengthen that midfield area as well. So yeah, all in all, fairly happy with that. If we look at value, we've got Jamie Lindsay at 23k, Dylan Easton 18.75, Conor McManus 14.5, and Craig Adams at 11. So we have some sort of sellable assets if we ever need to generate some money, but we've got a decent amount. I will be looking to arrange some friendlies shortly for the next season to try and generate some income from those. But anyway, guys, that's the end of season 2. Hopefully you have enjoyed this journey so far. Let me know what you think about it. Give me a like and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next season. Until then, I'll see you when I see you.